Hello.
Hi. I feel like I already need to fix my lighting. I look
like
a lunatic.
I'm actually in better lighting today.
What? There we go. Okay, let me know when people start joining.
Okay, let's see. Let me bring up this one.
I'm just posting, telling people we're live.
Well, we have 5 people watching now on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, great. Hi. I'm posting this right now I was a couple minutes behind. Sorry, guys. So we're going over today pricing and applying for casting calls as a pet influencer. So what we do is I'm Colleen. I founded Pets on Cue 8 years ago, and I've worked with hundreds and thousands of different pets, working with brands, set work, production, all of the fun things, anything that has anything to do with animal talent. We've really made a name for ourselves. You might know us from Pet Stars on Netflix. And this is
Mary Kate. I am the animal talent manager at Pets on Cue. So I'm your go-to girl if you have any questions about animal talent or how you can grow or you can make more money. So we're going to get going with that with a little bit with pricing and applying for a casting. Yeah, let's go. There's the first slide.
Sorry, I forgot that I was the one clicking. I'm so sorry, guys. It's a day. It's fine.
It's Friday. We're close to the end.
You're starting this one, right? Or do you want me to jump in?
Yeah. So, we're going over pricing a lot today during the webinar. And a couple things we'll be covering in general are numbers behind pricing. So what analytics you have that create the price that you should be giving to brands, pricing averages, kind of industry-wide pricing averages for multiple platforms. Then we'll give you some animal talent pricing examples. We'll show you how their engagement rate and how their followers and how different analytics affect their pricing. And then lastly, we'll show you how to apply for a casting and kind of help you out with some of your pricing. Feel free to put any questions in the YouTube chat, and we will try to get to those at the end. Okay, so first, just wanted to go over a couple of terms. I know we went over a couple of these in the last webinar, but these would be very important to know when it comes to figuring out your pricing. The first one would be quality followers, and quality followers are different than followers. Quality followers are people in your audience or not your audience who are consistently coming back to your page. So that may be people who are not following you, but maybe they're seeing your reels and they're consistently interacting. So they would count as a quality follower. So sometimes
quality audience is what we really
call it. Quality audience. So sometimes you might have more quality audience than you do followers.
Why is that, Mary Kate? Why would someone have a higher quality audience number than their follower count?
Well, we've been seeing a lot recently. It's all about engagement, engaging your audience, but also recently we've seen a lot of higher engagements with posting reels. Since reels and TikTok, since they're pushed out to a more random audience, you're getting people who may not be following you, but they do like your content and they're keeping up with it.
So it's really the people that are being blasted out and going crazy viral at the time. That's the ones that have a higher quality audience. Usually the quality audience is around 20% of what your follower count is. So if you have 100,000 followers, your quality audience should be around 80,000. Now that isn't the case all the time, but that's basically based on your engagement rate. If you have the higher engagement rate you have, better quality audience you're going to have overall. Some people they do much better on videos than on photos, and we take all of that into consideration within our pricing algorithm. But overall, that's kind of the two big things that you need to know.
Yep, that's it. Next would be your engagement rate. This is a really important one. This is one that brands look at a lot, and your quality audience. But a typical engagement rate that brands are looking for would be anywhere from 2 to 5%. But again, going back to super viral content, if you do have something really viral, those numbers will go above that. And that's a time to take advantage of reaching out to brands, or, bumping up your pricing a little bit if you are going super viral, because brands do want to take advantage of that as well. And yeah, do you want to add anything to engagement rate?
I would say our teams, Pets on Q, our team's average engagement rate, which we just represent pet influencers, we're at 2.7-ish%. So industry average is 2%. So the pet influencers that we represent are a little bit higher. So good job, team. That's all I wanted to say. Just give people an average of what it is.
Right. Yeah, that is a good job. We have, all over, but again, it's really important to take advantage of when you're going viral. And you can tell with that with, your quality audience and engagement rate. Next, this would be kind of going into when you're in negotiations with a brand or applying to a casting, would be exclusivity. And that would be something that you would want to take into account when you are pricing yourself. And exclusivity means they would want you to work with their certain brand for a certain amount of time and not post a different brand, like a competing brand.
So if you're doing a vacuum cleaner, you cannot post other vacuum cleaners, whether that be the robot vacuum cleaners. So if you're doing a paid campaign, the vacuum cleaner brand will say no other vacuum cleaner or cleaning supplies for the next month or two or a week, or no, they don't have an exclusivity, and that will change pricing.
Right.
But that's what exclusivity is.
And another term you should know that you want to stay aware of when you're pricing yourself are the deliverables. So deliverables are pretty much just what the brand is asking for in terms of content. So that could be an in-feed post, a photo post, a TikTok video, a Reels.
It's also known as scope of work.
Scope of work too, yes.
Yes.
And yeah, you just want to keep in mind that you're also able to do the deliverables in the amount of time and, price yourself accordingly. The next would be the creative brief. And if brands do provide this ahead of time, they will definitely provide it prior to a campaign. But ahead of time, it would just tell you what they're looking for in their content and kind of the specific details of what they'd want you to touch in when you're shooting the content or taking a photo. Lastly is usage. And this is another last one on my terminology list, what you have to include, what you have to think about when you're pricing. We have a couple more. We have a lot more actually. But but usage would be if the brand wants to reuse your content in different marketing for their brand, they would tell you beforehand, and you could price yourself accordingly.
And I'm going to be going over usage rights in a little bit. So if you guys have any questions on that, please let us know. We also do a review of accounts usually at the end. And this one, we're diving in a little bit more in detail on pricing and a few other things. So I don't know how many people will be able to go through. So if you want to start putting over your handles in the chat, we can start getting to that towards the end if we have enough time. Okay, so this is the big slide, and I don't know if anyone has a problem reading it, let me know. But here are the types of influencers that on industry standard, what they would have. And this is the industry standard average, and I'm going to get into pet influencers as well and the average there. But the industry standard for influencers, nano, micro, mid-tier, macro, and mega influencers are the groups. So nano starts between 1,000 to 10,000 followers. Micro is 10,000 to 50,000 followers. Mid-tier is 50,000 to 500,000 followers. Macro is 500,000 to 1 million. And the mega influencers are 1 million plus. Okay. And then, hi guys. And then for Instagram, you can kind of see, does anyone want me to break down what theirs would be if they can't see anything here? So Instagram really does range between $10 to $10,000 for a post. So that would be 10,000 would be million plus accounts. And this does change. This is for regular influencers, human influencers right here. Most of our influencers on our roster would kind of fall between these middle categories. We don't really represent many accounts under 10,000 unless we see like a huge potential in you. So huge compliment if you're on here and you're under 10,000. And we do have mega influencers that are $1 million plus that do post for under 10,000. So just keep that in mind. TikTok post prices out a lot lower than in Instagram. Facebook is a little bit higher, and YouTube is also higher for posts. So if you guys want this, we can put a graphic together and do that. I'm just going to keep going now. So just let me know if you want that. Okay, so a person influencer or human influencer, as I like to call it, versus a pet influencer, they're very different to brands. And what you should understand is that a human influencer, like this person, can explain why you should purchase this kind of cell phone, and they can talk it over and tell you why they have this. And you start to gain a trust with them because they're a person and they are considered a friend. There's benefits to pet influencers over human influencers as well, but that's the big benefit to a human influencer over a pet influencer that make pet influencers less expensive. Even though pet influencers have higher engagement rates, they have an audience that likes them more than a human influencer. Example of that would be thinking of the Kardashians, and like when they do a campaign, people love or they hate them. There's no in between. You either are going to support them and you want to buy, like when Kendall Jenner did the Pepsi commercial, people want to support Pepsi because Kendall did a thing, or people hate them because she did this thing and there was some controversy around it. So then they swear off of Pepsi. So that's the good part about pet influencers, is that they do not have that stigma around them. And like people love, a cat because it's a cat and they just like cats. They like black cats. They like white cats. It's not like it's a person that can talk back to them and insult them. They feel a little bit safer with pets. So there are some pros, but the big con is that human influencers can recommend products and have higher conversions for brands. So because of that, pet influencers are on average 35% less expensive than human influencers. So if you go back to the chart that I showed you before, it's basically 35% less on this chart for a pet influencer than a human influencer. Does anyone have any questions? And I'm going to keep going.
You're doing great.
Oh, thanks, MK. Okay, so the other pricing variables okay, sorry, my dog's like literally coughing up a hairball. I'm sorry about that, guys. That they change your pricing. So I'm going to start kind of right in the beginning where the platforms are. So like what I went over before, from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, they're different prices. So the platform changes what your price point could be. The engagement rate, let's say you have two accounts that are at 1 million followers, and one has a 0.1% engagement rate and the other one has a 10% engagement rate. They're going to be priced very differently, even though they have the exact same follower count. It really means to the brand that they have fake followers. So you really need to take that into consideration when doing your post. If you have a higher engaged audience, that means your value to brand is going to be higher and they're more likely to work with you because of that audience, and they're going to want to pay you over someone else who has a much lower engagement rate.
And they can tell.
Yep. And like we have a platform that most brands will look through and say like, hey, I want to work with this one because of their engagement rate, or they can tell if they're overpriced or underpriced. So that's something to keep in mind. The type of content needed. So a story is less expensive than a photo post, is less expensive than a video post, is less expensive than a package. So all of those things would be things that you want to consider when doing pricing. The creative brief and details that they require, they could require something that adds additional cost to you, and that would be an add-on on your cost. I swear my dog is acting up and he's eating stuff on my new.
He's doing it on purpose. He wants
100%. He's been quiet all day. Okay, the usage term. So this is, MK went over, oh, great. Okay, we have your accounts in here. The usage term. So MK went over that a little bit in the beginning. So when brands are reaching out to you, and please ask questions about usage if you've ever had brands reach out to you. So like the number one basic usage term is that they don't have any usage for it. You're going to be posting a paid content on their page, and they have no rights to the content that you've made. Number two is social media rights. Majority of our campaigns, I would say 95% of them, the brand has social media rights to repost your content. And that would be in the terms and conditions. That would be, in any campaign that we do. It's something that we would recommend for all brands, that they can repost that content. Number 2 would be commercial rights. So they can use your photo and they can change it a little bit on their marketing needs. So let's say you have a dog food brand and they're doing a conference. They can use your photo on some advertisements in that conference or on a pamphlet. That's commercial rights. And then we have the third and final one, which is the most expensive, is the worldwide rights. So brands have rights to fully change, re-edit your content. They can use it in a commercial. Anything they want to it. They basically have everything except for ownership of that content, which obviously you retain. And that's something that we would always recommend, that you retain that content. They can have full ownership as well. That would be the most expensive one. But that's usually more for UGC, that they're paying you to create content for them and they have full ownership rights to that content. Okay. Any questions on the usage rights? That's probably the most asked thing.
Yeah, but I thought you explained it very well.
Thank you, MK. Oh, I'm so glad. I mean, we're going to kind of start doing this and answer questions that you guys have and that you're asking MK. And I will happily answer anything in here that you guys want. Exclusivity is that the brands are, do you automatically, you own the rights. So the question from Valeria, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, is do you automatically own the rights if you don't sign anything? You own the rights to your content, period. It's your content on all of the terms that I just said, except for the final one where you're basically creating content for them and they've paid for that content fully. You retain ownership rights. You retain the copyright. It's yours. It's your content. You shot it. If you shot it on your phone, you own it, period. And yeah, if you don't sign anything, you own it. But if you're, to keep take into consideration, if you have terms and conditions in there, there will be things in terms and conditions that you need to know. Is it a bad idea to ask companies that we work with to tag our social media page? Can you can you give me an example of that? Hank and Musk. Is it a bad idea to ask companies we work with to tag our social media page? Like if they're sharing your content, I would say if you ask them ahead of time and they don't tag you, I would basically be like, hey guys, can you please tag me, and make it really nice. It can come across really rude to them and then it could turn them off of wanting to work with you. So it really, I would say that would kind of just depend on the situation. If the brand asks you to use your content, but nothing is said about them owning it, they will never own it. It's your content. You own it. That's like it. Yeah, 100% you own that. Eric told me I need to be reading the question, so when he's resharing it, it doesn't. So I'll have to read it again. If a brand asks you to use your content, but nothing is said about them owning it, they can repost your content with your rights, with your permission, but they will never own it. You will always retain ownership. So that's a good thing. Exclusivity, I kind of got into that. Basically, that means what I said a little bit before was using the example of a vacuum cleaner, or let's say a cleaning product. A cleaning product is probably the easiest to explain. So let's say you're doing something with a multi-purpose, just basic cleaner that cleans countertops. And they're asking for exclusivity around cleaning products for the next month or week, or week, or 90 days. Those are usually a week, a month, and 90 days are really the most common. Most of ours are around a week. We just basic give that for the week. That doesn't really charge extra. Once we start adding 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, a full year for food, that's not unheard of for exclusivity. When it comes to this specific cleaning product, you would want to specify, hey, what are the brands that I'm not allowed to post about? You definitely want to know and use that to your benefit with a brand, because they might say, hey, it's only these 4 products, but cleaning products is a very broad thing. So that could also include the vacuums. That could include window cleaner. That could include a variety of things. And if they want a year-long exclusivity, that does limit the amount that you would be getting. So we would usually upcharge that for exclusivity. If you guys have any brands that are asking for this, like, you have Mary Kate and I as a resource. We've been doing this. We have an entertainment attorney on staff. We have all of that stuff. And we take 15% of what you do if you send it over. And then on top of that, like, you can make referrals. So yes. hiring us to do this costs a lot less than an attorney, and because we have it. So if you guys have trouble situations, like, let us know. We're here to help.
Or if you just don't want to respond to a brand and you don't know how to respond or any of that, we know how to handle them. We know how to, if possible, get you a higher rate. But we're here for all kind of resources. But if you don't want to respond to a brand, we can respond on your behalf.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, so when a brand hires you to do a photo shoot for that brand and they hire your dog. So if you're paid as a production dog, no, you would not be asked. You would not get tagged in that. If you're paid on set animal talent is very different from influencer talent. So you would not be tagged in that, and they wouldn't expect you to be tagged. So I would not ask them to do that. That would come across bad to the brand, and they wouldn't work with you again. So that would be the answer. So thank you so much for asking that question. If you have other questions around that, I will happily help out there. Does everyone know what whitelisting is? So that is when a brand, whitelisting is when a brand wants to use your page and your followers to boost it out to a larger audience. So this is really a win-win for you because the brand is taking your content and boosting it out to a larger audience, and which could potentially get you more followers as well. So whitelisting is something that we usually do recommend our influencers do. It's a little bit more work. Sometimes if they want a larger whitelisting term, we will add on in the price point, but just for a week or so, I think it's enough of a win-win that we do not charge extra for it. But that's something that is really up to you as the owner of that page, what you would want to do. But that's whitelisting. Now on to packages or appearance. So Hank and Maska, I only see the M, and I'm assuming that that's your account. So on my comment, but for an appearance or for set work, different price point, that would be, that you could charge out, and there's different pricing barriers if you have to add that on into it. There's also add-ons and packages. So usually a package would include, I want multiple platforms. I want a video, story, photo post, maybe an appearance for something. And I want usage rights for a year to be able to repost on social media, exclusivity of a month, whitelisting. That's just a package. So it's taking everything into consideration to create a package for that brand. Now now what we've been working on, because you guys have been kind of coming to us with what would help you the most. And MK is putting it together now. And so is our tech team, is a page where we put together the most common packages. So you guys have preset packages that you set your own prices to. Mary Kate can help you with that. So when a brand reaches out to you, you have your own page. You can send brands there. They can send over, and we put money in escrow, so they pay for you instantly. And then you can do the post. You guys will get the money. Yeah. So we're super excited about this rolling out really early next year. So thanks everyone for your feedback on it, because it's really, really helped us and be able to help you more, and then hopefully get you more brand deals.
It's going to be like your own personal portfolio kind of thing that you can send out to brands, and it has all of your info, all of your prices. You can, we want you to add, past work if you want to show off a little bit about your past,
like a media kit. But I feel like we need like our own word for it, because it's pet-based, like a pawfolio. But then we have like birds and horses.
I know. I'm like, like petfolio kind of.
I don't hate that, MK. So pet star portfolio. Okay, and then the final pricing variable that you guys have no control over, that I definitely want to touch base on because it's been changing really rapidly in the industry, is the supply and demand. And what's going on in the economy. Inflation is a thing. So during COVID, everyone's prices went up because the viewership on social media went up. Now it has kind of leveled off. It has gone back down. So the crazy prices that people were charging during COVID is kind of done, and prices are coming back down, or they have already come back down. Now, what's also happened because of COVID is that there were way more influencers that came into the marketplace, which has also driven down the amount that the original OG influencers can get. The ones that were making 10,000 per post cannot get that anymore because there's 15 other accounts that look just like their dog, that are doing something similar, that are going to charge a brand a couple $100 or $1,000. So that has completely changed the industry, and things are changing very rapidly. But right now, price points have definitely come down because there are people that are willing to do it for less. So when people come in and they overcharge themselves, brands very quickly will cut them down with us that we expected them to take. So, I mean, if you guys don't know 100% of what we do cast animals, and we work with brands, production companies, and we work in like 3 main areas, like the content creation of pet products, appearances or in-person set work for animals, and influencer promotions and doing casting and stuff for brands. So that's overall. Yeah. Any questions, guys?
I think we have some handles of people who want to get a little analysis, but here, Winnie the Golden Bear.
Yeah, so Winnie the Golden Bear just said, I feel like brands are expecting work for free product now due to the amount of animal influencers not knowing to value their work. It's kind of always been that way, that brands have tried to get people to post for free product, or they say, well, other people will do it for free. It's literally just a tactic that people use. It's been around for a while. You have us. So what I mean by that is, like, brands will take a agency, management company, what we're doing a little bit more seriously than the actual influencer. And if you send it over, we tend to, on average, make influencers a lot more than what they would make themselves. Because just having a person or a representative will instantly increase your value to a brand, only because they think, oh, they have like an agent. Like, wow, they must be worth more. They must be a lot better for an agency to have them, because not everyone can get into an agency. So, when things like that happen and people do ask you to do stuff for free, like, you have us as a resource. Like we don't, a lot of our influencers will either maybe one of 2 things, like our really big influencers, one of 2 things. So they will forward that email to me, Mary Kate, or whoever their salesperson is, or they will reply to that person and CC us on it. So they just forward the email, usually with no context. Like, I've worked with them for a long time and I usually know what they want. So that's a little bit different situation. The other one is they will reply back to them saying, hey, thanks so much for reaching out. At this time, I don't do free posts for product because I have a large follower count. I like have CC'd my animals agent or contact.
My team.
Yeah. I CC'd my team here, and please, like, they can send over prices if you are interested. And then usually if they respond, they're like, say, yeah, great, send over the prices, or they're just trying to get you to do it for free first. If they're not interested in paying at all, they just won't respond. Right. And so a lot of people literally use that exact same thing, copy and paste, and just reply, copy Mary Kate, and send it off.
We can weed them out for you. We can weed them out. And going on the point that there are so many new influencers and that it's kind of a saturated, industry a little bit, having that professional team behind you shows that you are professional. And I know that brands are really, since they agree that it's saturated, they're trying to find people who are professional, because they have been, screwed over a couple times with, past brands, with past influencers. And then they come to us and they're like, what's up, what's going on? And, we kind of alleviate the situation. But I think having a team behind you really shows that value and that you're serious about the job.
So Mary Kate, Winnie the Golden just asked, so do you, I need like glasses. So would it be valuable to put on our accounts to tell brands that we are represented by Pets on Cue? I think and I'll answer this first, MK, because a lot of our influencers don't. We have thousands of influencers on our roster. Yes, I do think it helps in some influencers situations. So, like, overall, yeah, I think it does. But I do think that the new page, like the media kit or the portfolio that we're putting together, will be the best thing, because it's work with us and then just go directly where people can hire you. And it'll definitely take away some of the post for free product.
Right.
Now, ask, if you have been working for free with very small brands, does it make other brands value you less or take you more seriously? I think that that's a catch-22 because yes, sometimes it does. If you do too much, brands don't want to work with you because they don't want to work with pages that are filled up with products.
Right.
They really, really don't. But overall, I think it is great to add to your portfolio. So if you do free products, it's great if it's a product that you really, really love. It's great if it's a product that is worth what your valuation would be. Like we have multiple products that are on right now and those that are coming on really, really soon that are worth hundreds of dollars. And we've won like the Putt Pod right now. That's a couple $100 product.
That carpet. I mean, that one.
Yeah, all of these products, a few of them, they're a few $100s. So if your value is $50 and you're getting a couple $100 worth of product, it might make a little bit of sense to do that for free because a brand isn't going to hire you otherwise because your worth isn't as much, to the brand. You guys.
I mean, I don't think other brands, I mean, they're not going to know how much another brand paid for you to do a post. So, I mean, some might, but like for the most part, a brand won't know if you did this post for free. But that being said, what Colleen said, you don't want to be posting brand posts all the time because one, you'll lose your audience, and two, brands don't like that.
And I can show you guys a couple of our influencers that I've recently had brands turn down because their page was too filled with ads. So we pitched a few influencers, pet influencers, and the brand would say, you know what, their page is too ad filled. They've worked with some of my competitors recently. Like, nah, no thanks. Let's skip them. All right, I'm going to dive into a few different influencers that we have on our roster, and we've blocked out their face, and this is what the brands would see what their valuation is. So this engagement rate, 3.5%. It's a percent above what the average is. The authentic engagement on their post, their follower count's 100,000. Like I said before, the valuation of an influencer around this size would be around $1,000, but it should end up actually being a little bit less than $1,000 because it's a pet influencer. So in the $600, $700, $800 range, that would be this influencer. Now, this influencer in particular doesn't post many photo posts. So our system sees that and it decreases the valuation of her photo post because she doesn't do it that often and it doesn't perform as well as her videos. And her videos tend to go crazy viral. So her engagement rate is very specific to her video count. And because she's going crazy viral, her price point on her videos is higher. So this is not a specific science to say like the thing that other agencies out there, and I won't drop names, are saying, which is it's $1,000 per 100,000. That has been dead for over a year. That has not been the case, especially with pet influencers, for a very, very long time. And there are other ways where there's higher price point valuations and lower price point valuations per each influencer. Okay, so the next guy I have has 2 million followers, authentic engagement rate around 30,000, which is nuts. But the engagement rate is at 1.5%. Now, the reason that is because this influencer recently is taking a break for personal reasons and has a little addition. So the price point for her video post is less than what a typical account of 2 million would be charging. Same goes for her photo post and story because her engagement rate's a little bit less right now. But she would say yes to any campaign at this price point right now because she knows that. And, they've been with us for a little while. So does anyone have any questions on these guys? And then I will go on to the Mary Kate, you need to lock them.
I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I saw that. So Eric won't be able to show this at all. Okay.
That's okay.
And then this third influencer has 800,000 followers. The engagement rate is 0.1%, meaning it's a lot of fake followers. And the authentic engagement per post is only 700 people are interacting with this post. So this influencer might go to a brand and say, I want $2,000 for a post because I have 8,000 followers. I want $1,000 for a post because I have 800,000 followers. When in reality, the valuation for them is really under $300, like total for a campaign. It's just they're just really not worth it to the brand. So this would be one. This is what brands take into consideration when doing a campaign. Yeah. Okay. That's not the influencer that was up there actually on that one. So that's okay.
No. I think that's not even the one that's on 3 of them. I think I accidentally pasted them.
Yeah. I think she was up for all 3. It's fine. Or he, sorry.
He. Yeah,
it's a boy. MK, are you going to go in or do you want me to keep?
So yeah, I just kind of wanted to run through. I've had some questions if you've, applied for a casting or booked a campaign. I just kind of wanted to run through how to do it really quick. So when you want to apply to an open casting, so if you get an email from us saying, hey, open casting, apply now, it'll take you, it won't take you to the homepage. It'll take you to the application page. But if you log in, that'll be the homepage. But here's the application page. And you can see on the right-hand side. Oh, there we go.
Just to scope of work, not deliverables. That's just future reference. This is scope of work. And that would be, what they're actually looking for. So Instagram Reel, Instagram Story, and a static image. And they want to be able to reuse this content. So this is also for UGC as well. So they can take that into consideration when you're applying for a campaign.
Yep. And then you can see, underneath the photo, it says exclusivity required, no. So on this page, this is where you'd want to double check all of those details before applying and providing your pricing. And again, we take 15%. So you'd want to keep that in mind when you are also figuring out your pricing for a certain casting.
And this is a live casting we have. So if you guys are interested in a campaign like this, apply. This is live right now. You've applied to both Chewy and this one you guys are showing. So this one, they haven't even seen the influencers yet that have been applied to. So there's no updates on this one because they haven't made any selections. I don't think Chewy has made selections yet.
Selections either.
Okay. So sorry, no one's, they haven't made selections yet. It can take, so a casting process can take 2 weeks or longer depending on the campaign. So we have campaigns in there where influencers have applied to a campaign and the brand didn't select them for that specific one, but they're redoing that campaign soon and they wanted to hire that influencer next time. So if you don't have a rejected offer and the brand just has you there, they close out campaigns so that it'll go away. If you're still there, they're still considering you, or just might be for the next one. So just keep that in mind if you're doing, campaign stuff.
Yep. And that's exactly what I was talking about on the next slide.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. You already know that was perfect. That was a good lead in. Okay. So when you do apply, you'll see under, currently it says my ads, but it'll be changed to my castings on the influencer side. But you'll see, so this is an influencer on the left-hand side who's applied to multiple different castings, but no answers yet. And so when you see offer out, that means that the brand has not responded, or maybe like Colleen said, they've moved on, but they want to keep your name for a future campaign. So when you don't hear back for a while, it means that you probably didn't get this casting. But, don't let that, upset you, because again, they might be keeping you for a future one and just need to figure out a future campaign or budget. And then once they do accept you, you'll see accepted offer in my ad. So the offer out will turn into accepted offer. And then from there, you'll start your campaign.
Accept it.
Yes.
If they accept it, they can also counter your offer and say counter offer. So it'll say counter offer received and it'll show up in yellow. And then rejected offer would be red. But they also will say why. We do ask them why they rejected you. And they will send us notes, and it can go back. You'll see it as well. But that can be like, this was priced it's too high out of our budget. This just isn't the right fit. We've literally had dogs apply for things like the cat litter. Where they're like, this is not the right fit, Right. So or we've had human influencers that got into the platform and applied for something that wanted a dog account and they haven't posted their dog in a year. So it just didn't fit. And that's just something to keep in mind.
Yes. And then you have the next slide. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm still doing my one-on-ones. So if you want to schedule a 30-minute call with me, they've been super helpful. I love meeting everyone. I give, a pretty comprehensive analysis of your social pages and pricing when we're done with the call. And I think they've been super helpful to everyone. So if you want to do that, you can go in the animal community and it's under events. Yes. And that's it. And we can answer some questions.
Yeah, I'm going to stop presenting real quick and exit out and go into Instagram or TikTok or all the things.
Okay.
Well, where would you like me to go, MK? And I need to change over your quality audio.
I think we have Winnie the Golden Bear wanted a.
That be on TikTok or Instagram?
She has both.
Let's get going and reviewing some accounts. I think there was another one that plugged in the beginning, MK, if you want to.
Okay.
Can you review my account at the end? Winnie, are you still, I mean, I know your name's not Winnie and that's your dog's, but are you still here? I'm gonna open up your TikTok as well. We have a bunch of campaigns coming up. I'd like love to,
Winnie's here.
Okay. Great. I'd love to kind of tell you guys some of them and get some ideas. As Wendy_the Golden Bear. Okay, Winnie, I'm gonna share my screen again. MK, can you?
Yep, I can
add that back in. Awesome. Okay. We literally just had. So you repost your TikTok over to Instagram. It's good that you're doing a lot of reels. 100% pandemic puppy. Oh yay, Meg, you're here. Meg, I can't even speak. The Amazon Pets commercial is out. It just came out. I just saw it this last night.
So good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Winnie. I'm not done with you. I just wanted to tell Meg that because she just did it. I'll show it. I'll show it in a little bit. I will. I'm gonna email you today. I swear. Once I get around to it. Okay, so let's go through some of your reels. Can I share? Can you guys hear? No, I can't even hear it. Let's see how this one has 20,000 views. This is so funny. Like Golden's. You think you're just Jarvis you pull up with the vet? I kind of feel like your dog's like this little like humor stuff that works really well for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Meg, someone, I think Eric or MK just check the Instagram story. I just posted it as a story, so I'll go back to it. Let's see. Everything's awesome. Why can't I have a little chocolate? It's like your thing that does really well on Instagram. You're trying to target millennial dog owners. Yeah, I think the comedy that you're doing here and some of these things is working for that. So let's go into one that didn't perform that well. See, I think this is funny, so I don't know why that didn't perform well.
I mean, I do think that there, when you're posting a lot of TikTok trends, I think, people still do want a little bit of that Instagram feel. I think they want to still, see that aesthetic kind of feed on Instagram. And I mean, I think.
Sir, that was so rude.
Charlie agrees with me. I think a really big piece of advice, and you can see on TikTok that they're trying to kind of segment things into different series and like episode 1, episode 2. I think if you can find different topics that you can make into kind of a series that people can be excited to come see again on your Instagram, because I'm seeing a lot of the same content posted on both. And if you were to create something that was a little more consistent on Instagram, like, get ready with me or day in the life or something that people will just, be excited.
That's not really her style though.
Well, I'm just,
I agree with the example,
mm-hmm.
but take it with your style a little bit more.
Yeah.
So if you are doing like, the different trends and like going through maybe that of like, like trends this week type thing and not exactly trends because that isn't your follower count.
I would find something that, your dog, like something that's unique about Winnie, something that she likes to do, and kind of appeal to that a little bit more. I think people want to see an authentic side and see the owner in the content too, if you're willing.
See, it's so funny that your Starbucks and Puppuccino thing that performs really well on both Instagram and TikTok. And then your TikTok algorithm is all over the place, but on Instagram, I would also see the time of day that your posts are performing better and see when your audience is actually there and go into your analytics. And if you're looking to grow, I would kind of target some of that as well, to improve your Instagram, and maybe post a few photos in there just to like fill up your feed and make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But like your content is viral, like is viral dog. He's not like a, dog that is, you're not someone who, let's pull up like Sunday. So like this, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to pull up Sunday as like an example, how she does these aesthetically pleasing like these are photos. She has photos as well, but like, just wait till the end. How there's this, like, she's very good aesthetics on her photography. This obviously isn't a photo. I should probably go over to her Instagram, but that would be something that like maybe fill up your page with some photo content and go look at her Instagram and use that as some type of inspiration. I think that would be good. This crazy dog. Who is the next one? I think there was someone like way back, and I'm going to go back real quick and see.
Twitch and Tails.
Yep, that's what I was looking for. How do you spell that? I'm not
here. I'm sending it to you on Slack.
Sorry guys, I'm super slow with this. Twitch and Tails. Thanks, MK.
You're welcome.
Okay. Fashionista. I actually have a brand that might want to work with this. We've looked at this account. This is super cute. Fashionista. This is so cute. I would say that the lighting on your photos and videos, that would be what I would focus on. Because you're the one that like see how this photo is like super bright and light, and then some of the other ones, they're not consistent there. That's like the one thing here I would point out is maybe working on some of your lighting, because look at the face of your dog here versus some of the other ones, how it's just like the light hit them in the right spot. And obviously you can't do that all the time with all of your pet content, but you can edit and brighten some content in your editor too. So that would be my recommendation there.
And you can see an example, like, I know I love the cats, but if you look at your feed at one of the, at the top, if you look at the most recent post has, 26 likes already with 6 hours. But then if you look underneath that on the feed, there's a reels where, the photo is kind of hard to see. And that one, Colleen, go back to the feed.
Yeah.
And you can see, and you can see that one only has 18 likes. And that would be because it's not aesthetically pleasing to someone. I mean, you can see that your most recent one in 6 hours already has almost 30 likes.
Okay. Should we go? You have a lot of homework for Mary Kate, though. Mary Kate gives homework. This girl, I've never done that for influencers like that before. This one, I don't know if she's up here for you guys, but anytime, guys. I mean, we do this for you. I mean, so we have less than 10 minutes left. We have this crazy dog house. Let's pull your page up.
Love that. And if anyone in here has had a call with me and I have not sent you your email with your analysis, I am working on it. after this. I've had a lot of calls this week. And I do like to be very
doghouse rescue and foster dog. Wait, so is this an actual rescue group? Can you put your handle, please? And then I'll, it's Hank and Masha, but
yeah, it's Hank.
Put your @ in here just so I can easily type it up. That would be awesome. So this crazy doghouse.
I'll send you Hank and Masha.
We did have a one-on-one yesterday. Awesome.
Yes.
For this crazy doghouse, is this an actual dog rescue or is it
foster and we rescue?
You foster and like adopt dogs, or we are a foster and we rescue? Okay, so you're a foster house and you do rescue. So I would make that clear in here. That like in my head, I'm like, oh, this is a rescue group. That would be my one thing that maybe making that a little bit more clear here. Okay, number one, who doesn't love a good puppy?
Oh my gosh.
I am a huge fan of people that foster because I foster. I used to foster all the time. I had to stop when I had a baby. Literally, it was the worst thing ever. But I had this really adverse reaction to like this puppy's poop, and it like scarred me for the entire time I was pregnant. It was the weirdest thing ever. It's actually how I found out I was pregnant. I was fostering a dog.
Oh, that would make sense because you're so used to that. Like that's
yeah. Well, like my dog, my jerk who's in here, actually, my jerk of a dog who's awesome. He's the best dog ever. He would not let that puppy bite me or like play bite. Like it was like we fostered hundreds of dogs before.
Right.
He would let any puppy do anything to me. But this puppy, as soon as I became pregnant, my dog was like, nope.
This is my mom and I'm protecting her.
My mom. Okay, so let's get into your page. Let's kind of look at your awesome. This is beautiful. I love cattle dogs. So are they kind of the same characters going through the page?
A little more text, I think, would help break it up.
Yeah, I think she has a little bit here.
Like maybe, your foster of the week and having that text on the video so you can see it in feed. I know you have text in Reels, but sometimes it only shows when you go over to the Reels section and, it's a square in that one is funny. Did you post it on TikTok yet?
Oh my God. That's hilarious. MK, can we repost this?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
asking the owner now. This is so funny. MK, can you grab this so we can repost it?
Oh, it's doing amazing. Oh my gosh. I need to look at it. We were talking yesterday, Colleen, and I was like, you need to post that on TikTok. I'm like, I'm taking bets to see how many views you're going to get.
Can you put it in the viral content Slack that we have on our team? Our team, we just like wait for our influencers to go viral, and then we all just watch pet videos. It's super fun. Yeah. I mean, I love that yours is more of a kind of like a day in the life this is my impression of your account. And I could be completely wrong because I haven't really gone through a lot of your videos, but it is like the day in the life of a family or person that rescues, fosters, and just the crazy nonstop fostering story that is your life. So that's more of what I would share is like that storytelling of it. I think that a lot more brands and accounts are going to be going that way. And I think that you have a really unique opportunity to do that. And I would also introduce more of you in the content.
Oh my gosh, your video on TikTok already has 735,000 views. Yes. I'm so excited. We were talking about this yesterday and I'm like, it will definitely go viral on TikTok too.
Hey, can you share it on our page like tomorrow? Because it's Reptile Awareness Day today, so we can't share it today, but we can share it tomorrow. Oh no, sorry. Tomorrow is New Animals on Our Own.
You already have over 1,000 followers. Woo! I'm so excited for you.
Like, I love this type of content, so I would share a lot of it. Like you're sharing their, foster to adopt story and like share it. Like that's awesome. That's so good. I'm so glad. And MK is like into the TikTok. So
I'm very into the TikTok.
Fostering is the best. I used to foster. Hank is actually a foster fail. Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that one. I'm in trouble right now. I'm gonna go over to Hank and Martha now. So, it's addicting. I had an incident like that today, but I'm not pregnant. Oh my gosh, I like literally had no idea I was pregnant and was like, wow, this puppy has I kept calling the rescue and was like, hey, there's something wrong with this puppy. Like, because I'm getting sick when this poop is like smelling. And I was like, I need to find this dog a home. Cause we need to go to the vet and we need to, it's just funny. That's that story. It's kind of, okay. Yeah, dude, those fail stories will perform really well on TikTok. So I would say like a combination of the two. Okay, so now we're on to this account. Okay, so we have a few more minutes to go, and then I wanted to finish up with Meg and Pip and kind of go into like that casting that we did for Amazon, and that commercial just went live. So I saw your dog was in it. You thought this reel would go big, but nothing. It doesn't surprise me that it didn't go big because it looks like a commercial. That's like, people are not as into that now. It's a commercial.
They might want to see like the behind the scenes, like edited in with the commercial.
Usually if they shot something like this, they can't share behind the scenes. MK, we know this. We've shot so many things and I can't share anything.
I know. But I'm saying like people want to see, more, not brand.
Oh, look at this. We are staying pineapple when we go to Boston next week. I love your content. Like, your content is so creative. I think that brands like this could be doing, is this a giveaway you did? Or like, I do think I would love to see this is what a brand would come back to me on. That the head is cut off here, that they would like it to be maybe a little bit wider so they could reuse it for other style of content. This is super great. What's your favorite style content to create? Check the link I sent. The link you sent.
I don't see a link.
I think it blocks links from going.
Yeah.
Do you want to email the link to Mary Kate? This is adorable. Your dog's a teddy bear. So I actually do have a campaign that I think you would be really good for in the next month or so. Your photos are very aesthetically pleasing. This is adorable. Hey, congrats on this. But did this not perform well? Yeah.
That's the Amazon Pets one.
Okay. Let's see what kind of reels are performing well for you. See, when you do ads and stuff, it typically doesn't perform all that well. So let's see. So you're more of a photo-based creator. And your reels are very hit or miss. And this is more like organic content that you have. And this performed really well. So I would focus your reels being more organic to like, you guys and that style that you have. And less for the content that you have on your main page. I would just switch it up a little bit. Your content on the main page being more, it's like this looks more like behind the scenes, right? So like for me, I love this style content. I think that this is awesome, but it's not performing well for your page. I would focus more on content, like this, which obviously you have.
There's Hank and
this
Mom.
Really cute with the content. Which one?
She just sent me the link for Slack. Yeah.
Okay, let's go over here. So did you say this one didn't perform well? And then yes, that is what you're saying. This one didn't perform well. Oh my gosh, I'm losing the chat. I'm sorry. I think they're great. I think that the thing that you have is that there's just like, it's so varied. Like you have some behind the scenes content, some natural content. Like this is like training content, which like I actually genuinely enjoy all of this type of content. But like look at my page is a hot mess of all the things. It's like, I'm not an influencer. It's not what I want to do. I work with influencers, right? But that's the stuff that I enjoy, right? But like your content, if you're trying to like grow and work actually with brands and like try this on TikTok, but like make it shorter and have the spitting be the first part. I would try that.
Length of videos and, making sure that you either have a really short video and it gets to the point, or if you have a little bit longer, that you make it interesting enough that people want to wait around for the point. There's the.
Can you guys see this?
Your sound is.
My sound won't be. It doesn't work because it's just it's fine. So we cast this commercial. There's Pip.
So cute.
Yeah, that's my problem too. It is the problem. So like your Instagram actual feed should be way more curated. Your reels would be less so. And then, yeah.
I mean,
it just went live. I'm assuming that there's more content coming.
There is. I mean, they've been posting. Yeah, there's some more videos on their page.
Oh, let's go check them out. I haven't seen them yet. Like I just saw this one. So I need to email everyone else that was in it. We did cast this cat. Oh, we did this dog. Is this the same commercial we just saw? Yeah.
Yep.
So we cast all of these animals in this commercial.
They have the Dark Lord in one of those videos.
Yeah, I saw that. Petrifying. Let's see. Why is it frozen? Like we didn't know what this was for. It was for all we knew that it was Amazon was looking. We were so excited when she actually picked up an apple. That's so funny. But yeah, I'm assuming more content's going to come out. You guys should also get paid by that. I think early next month, November, we should be sending out the checks. But yeah, congratulations for this one.
It's so good.
It's so different from what I thought it was going to be based on what they explained, but it's fun. But hey, yeah, congratulations on that. So I'll stop sharing. I'll be sending that out for that casting. If anyone is in Boston or New York next week, I have to fly to New York City to do a speaking thing, and I'd love to meet some of you guys. Or Boston, we're doing an event with a bunch of adoptable dogs that I'm also going to end up caving and getting one.
Can you get me one?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Meg, I would like, we're going to be in New York City. I'm speaking at, an event. I don't 100% know all the details. I've been told this is what I'm doing. So I
want to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. And then I have to go up to Boston to do another casting, another job. So yeah, I hope to see some of you guys there. And thanks so much for tuning in. This went a little bit over, but
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this will be available. We're recording it, so it'll be available in the community and our YouTube. And again, if you want to schedule a call with me, that's also available in our community.
Yeah, Meg, I will find out the details and see if you can come. I don't know if it's open to the public. It's at the Javits Center. It's for a big pet convention. So I speak to them next week, and I don't know, to learn more of the details if I can get some tickets. So maybe we'll do a giveaway in New York to see if anyone wants to come and do meet and greet and like maybe have lunch or something. That'd be fun. But yeah, no, we have loads of stuff coming up. So, I mean, we'll probably start announcing more of the things that are coming up in here. I have a dog bathing company that we're doing 3 different activations for them before the end of the year. A really, really cool pet product that I signed an NDA on. Like, it's that cool. Like, they have a patent. it's kind of a game changer in the industry, and we're going to work on the first 100 products going live, and they're looking for smaller dog influencers, not like, and I mean like literal size. So they're looking for dogs under 25 pounds. So like Hank and you guys, like that might actually be good for you to apply to. And yeah, go do your homework that MK gave you. Sign up for other campaigns that we have, and sign up for open castings. Let us know if you guys have any questions. And thanks so much for tuning in this week. It was really, really, really fun. MK, we should do more stuff like this every Friday.
I know. We will. But if you guys have any topics for future things we want to talk about, let us know. But otherwise, have a good weekend.
Bye.